Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your April the 30th spiritual principle day in a meditation. If you need to reach me, feel free to do so at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Okay. Yeah, I am. I am having a wonderful morning. Just getting started, but it is already very gentle. It's already very gentle, and I'm full of gratitude. April the 30th, the value of consistency. When we attend meetings regularly, people get to know us and see us over time. Living Clean, Chapter 2, Connection to Others. The principle of consistency offers great benefits at any phase in our recovery, even though how it might look in practice evolves over time. Early on, consistency tends to mean a meeting a day for the first 90 days, as our basic text suggests. A likely outcome of completing a 90 in 90 challenge is knowing and being known by quite a few other NA members. Making ourselves visible in this way exposes our disease to people who see it for what it is. The compassion, concern, and care we receive from other members is a vital part of knowing we are not alone, especially in early recovery. Consistency allows people to know and care for us, and it can save our lives. The value of practicing consistency changes the longer we're around. Our lives improve, and we are able to practice consistency in other areas, in a service, family relationships, friendships, and any other place we go. Those of us who were able to show up physically for our family and friends find over time that we are able to be more fully present in the spaces we inhabit. I used to just send someone who looked like me, one speaker recalled. My family got a person with my face, my eyes, my smile, excuse me. But behind all that was empty. Showing up for real in NA taught me how to bring the real me to other places I go. I'm not sending the imposter anymore. The magic of consistency in NA goes beyond just showing up. Simply dragging our body to meetings on a regular basis, whether that's daily or slightly less often, wouldn't be enough on its own. Something special happens in our meetings, though. We see and recognize each other beyond the surface level. We hear others share and we relate. We share with others and tell on our disease. Consistency helps us from going back into hiding spiritually, spiritually and emotionally. Our recovery depends on it. Simply having my butt in a seat at a meeting won't keep me clean or magically make me recover, but it's a darn good start, a darn good place to start. Okay, let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. So yeah, the value of consistency. This is how the automatic negative thoughts work for me. So as I'm reading this meditation, and we're talking about in the second paragraph where it says that some of us that were able to show up physically for our families over time, that we were able to be more fully present in the spaces we inhabit. And then a person talks about how they would just send someone that looked like them, right? They would show up, but they would never be present. During the reading of that, there was something in me that started to go over all of the time I showed up, but I was not present. And it's almost as though I'm here so that you won't be able to say that I wasn't. But if you were to ask me to do anything and to really be present and engage, I would come across as a wallflower because I'm not really trying to be here to begin with, right? You see how unfair that is? And yes, of course, the family celebrates, when their family members that are struggling with the disease of addiction actually make an event, right? They actually show up for a family engagement, a family reunion, a service, so many birthdays. I mean, when we actually do show up, of course, they're celebrating. They're like, wow, that's a good start. They actually showed up. Well, I never had a problem showing up. I will always be there. Always be there. I prided myself on being present, but I was not present. You understand what I'm saying? So it was deceitful, not intentionally trying to hurt people, but yeah, I was about something else. I really did not want to sit here in this dress and pretend that I'm about whatever the situation is, this event. I want to be somewhere else, right? Getting high. This is an interruption, and I'm only able to push off my use for so long, right? Eventually, I'm going to excuse myself. And when I come back, you're going to see a different person because I am going to be under the influence. Pretty sure of that. That was then. Today, when I make a decision to be present for something, generally speaking, it's because I want to be. And I'm very present. It's the same in recovery. We start showing up doing our 90 and 90, but it's not really like we're about that 90 and 90. We're about being able to say we did 90 and 90. But during the 90 and 90, each of those days, how present are we? Are we involved? Do we take readings? Do we maybe at that stage we can only do service in the form of logistics, setting up tables and chairs, greeting people, helping to clean up. Maybe in that first 90 days, there's only so much we can do service wise, but are we even doing that? Or just a warm body taking the chair because that's all that we can manage? Because our mind we really don't want to be present. We really just want to get back to seeing if we could use successfully. But hopefully, if you complete the 90 and 90, and my challenge is if a person does 90 and 90 and they don't sense that they're a part of, even at that stage, they should do another one. Because at some point in time, it's like salesmanship, right? You're only going to get so many no's, and then the yes, and usually a big yes will come. So that discontentedness, that feeling of not being connected, you can only feel that so many days in a row before a major breakthrough will come. So if in the 90 and 90, you're not sensing that camaraderie, continue to come, continue to commit to making a meeting every day because eventually that breakthrough is going to be huge and you'll be like, oh, wow, I'm glad I kept coming back. I wasn't sure this was the place for me. And you'll see that it is, or at least I did. And it took, I had no problems fellowshipping out. That was the best part. But getting down into the nitty gritty and really learning that through my consistency is an opportunity for me to change my life through the spiritual principles of the program, the steps of the program. That took a bit for me to be able to get to. And I'm glad I stayed. I'm glad I stayed, definitely. I'm going to have a beautiful day, and I'm charging you with having a beautiful day on purpose. Talk to you soon.